Hello, a long time no see. Happy 2026. My name is Aether, and I got broken up with last night. This video might be harder for me to get through because everything is still so fresh. But I told myself that I would make videos whenever I get emotional so that I could share how I feel raw and show other people that it's also okay to feel really bad emotions. And that's what this is. And I'm sorry if understanding me gets hard, and I'm sorry if I start crying, or if I don't even know if I'll edit this video or not. I guess it depends on how long I drag it with how much crying is in between. But in a previous video I talked about a guy that I had a lot of feelings for that I didn't tell anyone about because I was embarrassed, because I knew that it would end you know, without him picking me. Turns out he did, and it was everything. And that's so fucking cringe, but I don't care. It meant everything to me. We spent days and nights together. We spent holidays together. But last night, he broke up with me, which is fine. You know, I understand, you know, people have their own reasoning for these decisions, and I remember when he broke up with me, there's a good amount of distance between us, like I want to say, just to round it up, about an hour. He lives in a different city than I do, and he called me and did it over the phone. And I know that seems shitty, and I know that hearing that you're probably gonna be like, damn, this guy is a fucking asshole, but I get why he did it. I get why he called me and did it rather than seeing me. But like a good fucking coward, I begged, and I hate begging, and I don't beg for anyone, but I begged. Obviously, you know, it didn't work out, which again, I'm okay with for the most part. I mean, you know, what else is there to do? I can't keep getting on my knees and begging for something that I know is already over. I think the worst part about it is the shock of your nervous system. I haven't been hungry all day. I haven't had a stomach for anything. I felt so sick. And usually when people say that, when they talk about breakups, I'm like, you know, it can't be that bad, but it is that bad. It's like my body is just paused in time, and I can't feel anything. You know, I don't hear my stomach growling for food. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel anything. There were points where I felt like I could hear my heart beating in my ear, and it was awful. It was just awful. I think outside of feeling bad, I think the other worst part is everything frozen in time. He got me this beautiful face, he put together such a beautiful bouquet for me on Valentine's Day. And I don't want to move it. I don't want to change anything. There's a candle on my desk in the corner that he gave me. There's just so much. I wish I knew how to feel better. But right now I don't know how to feel better. And I guess that's okay. I'm going to feel bad for a really long time. And it's awful. And I hate it. But at the same time, I know I can't do anything about it. I can't change his mind. I can't, magically make everything okay. I can't light a candle and pray and just, next day he'll come around. I don't like having false hope. I'm not gonna tell myself, this is temporary. He's gonna come back. Don't worry about it. I can't do that to myself. I can't convince myself that I just can't convince myself of anything. It feels like he died. Like you come home after, something tragic happens and you see the state of your home frozen, and everything he's ever given me or touched or everything is just there. And it feels like if I change it or if I move it, it'll change everything. It'll remove the memories of him. Sorry. But it's just, there's just so much that is tainted with him. There are so many things I have here, gifts, or just everything. It's like, I'm like scared to change whatever is in my room. I'm scared to clean up. I don't want the space that I had when I was with him to change. I don't. It's like if I clean up my room and it changes, then it won't be the same. This is how my room looked when I was, getting ready in the morning to go to his, and leaving my room like this and coming back at night, sleeping in my bed, not caring for how my room looked. And then waking up and then doing it all over again. I don't want to change the way my room looks, even though it's messy and there's so much on my desk and on my bed and on my floor. I can't bring myself to do it. I know I have to, because it would be stupid to keep it this way. There's no point. God. It's like everything I look at, it's just something with him. He was everywhere. tried to think maybe it would be easier if he were dead. Not like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill him or anything like that. I just mean that, like, if instead of breaking up with me, what if he died? And everything was the same, except he would be leaving, and I would have the idea that he loved me endlessly. And he never wanted to leave. That's the difference between him leaving me and him literally dying. The only difference is that one of them you don't get to choose. One of them he didn't want to leave me. The other one he did. God. It's like being in my own room is hard. I look around at everything. It makes my stomach hurt. But I know everything is gonna be okay eventually. You know, I think we ended on good terms. When he called me, I was really emotional and I begged him to stay. But today, when I had a clearer mind and I wasn't crying anymore, I sent a message apologizing for my behavior and, you know, accepting the outcome, as much as I don't want to. And part of me hopes that he sees this, because he knows about, you know, what I have going on here. Whether he actually, you know, came and watched everything or subscribed or anything, you know, whether he did that or not, I don't know. But I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Well, you know, this is the first time I also spoke to my mom about a situation. I usually try to keep everything pretty to myself just because it's hard telling your parents stuff and, you know, having them understand. I'm 20 years old, so I'm trying to, you know, take care of myself. I'm not trying to rely on them like a child and, you know, tell them whenever something's wrong or anything, but he was supposed to meet my parents at some point. And so, you know, my parents knew that. And so I kind of had to, you know, I had to tell someone. So this morning I woke up at 7 a.m. and I was already crying. And, you know, my mom gets ready for work pretty early. So I just left my room crying. She asked me what was wrong, and I just told her. And I think the worst part wasn't the fact that it was my mother, you know, someone I love, but I don't really care for telling her my deep, intimate, like, personal life. I wasn't even going to tell her about him, because like I said, you know, it's my thing, but I was just so excited, I told her. So when I had to tell her it was over, that was the first time I saw my mother cry with me. Every other time I've seen my mom cry, it was because of something that's happened. You know, whether it was, you know, an argument with someone or stress or anything. And even then, I don't see her cry. She goes somewhere else to do it because she doesn't want me knowing that she was crying. But I was hugging her, and I remember when I let go, I looked up and she wasn't looking at me, but she was crying. Um, but, I know that it's gonna get better. Oh fuck. I know this won't last forever. I know at least we ended on good terms. I don't hate him, he doesn't hate me. I hope. You know, I did everything I could. And, you know, trying is all that matters. If I'm being honest, I don't think I'll ever forget him. And I know, you know, I'm emotional and I'm probably just thinking that, and, you know, I'm just, you know, being whatever, overly emotional, I'm being dramatic, whatever. But genuinely, I had never been so vulnerable with another person, let alone a man, like I had been with him. I am, you know, I'm sick, I'm mentally ill, I'm not all the way there. And expressing that to somebody without having them look at you like you're crazy is hard. But he never looked at me that way. And when things got bad with me, and when I was crazy, he was never angry or upset or burdened. He comforted me. He told me the way I act would never stain him or make him think less of me or push him away. And I hope that's true. I hope. It was the first time someone looked at me, and instead of feeling like they have to defend themselves or seeing a fight or flight instinct or seeing them go into shock, I was met with kind eyes. I was met with the memo that he had me and that he would help me feel better and that things would be okay, that even if I feel bad, I'm acting bad, everything would be okay. I'm trying my best to display the bright sides of these things because I truly believe that, you know, there are positive feelings that can come out of this. There are, you know, good things that are waiting for me. You know, there is a light, and I know there is. But when you feel so bad, it's so hard to remember. It's so hard to remember these things. But I'm trying my best, because the best is all I can do. And the best is all that you can do too. I still love you. I care for you. And I hope everything will be okay. Thank you. Hi, this is editing Aether. I'm still feeling bad, but I think I just wanted to add that you know, with the room thing, with everything being in like a frozen time, it's like there's proof of his existence everywhere. You know, this isn't something I can just so easily forget. It's not something I could just, you know, oh, it's over, okay, like, blink and it's gone. It's never going to be like that. And that is the worst part. Every day I'm going to wake up in this room, in this bed, I'm going to sit up, and the first thing I see right across from me is the vase he got me, the flowers he got me. When I look to the side, there's the candle he got me. I never got this developed. It was a camera, a disposable camera with so many photos of us. We finished it. On my mirror, I have a photo booth strip of us. On my Instagram, I had highlights of him. I had photos. I had videos. He's everywhere. And that, oh my God, it's so awful. There's evidence of his existence everywhere. And I have to wake up, be okay with it. Oh my God. Fuck. It's everywhere. He is everywhere. And I'm supposed to be okay with that. Oh my God.